Chance for Change is a 90-day substance abuse program. You come here to learn tools to take back out to the street with you to help keep you clean and sober. It's a chance to start over. It's a chance to learn what's wrong with you. It's a chance to correct things you thought were right your whole life. That's exactly what it says. It's a chance for change.
I think it does wonderful things for like actual people with problems, because addiction is a disease and a real issue that needs to be dealt with. I didn't realize that until I got to the program, and I've noticed how beneficial it's been to myself and others as well.
It's giving me the opportunity not only to change, but it's giving me the opportunity to interact with others that have the same addiction and disease that I have, and also be able to use this exhibition as a way to cope with what we deal with on a daily basis. Upon my release, I'm going to continue my sobriety and whatever it takes out there, whether it's artwork or just being in a group of people that's like me and wants to better their life.
It helped me open up in areas to where I really didn't open up, to people, period. I was kind of a quiet guy, and it helped me express myself a little better. I had to talk to the people and relate with people. Opening up to them guys, it's something I never did. Like open up to people. Something about myself I never realized before. Like I can be family oriented with other people other than my family. You know what I'm saying? So that was really a positive aspect right there. Able to deal with those guys for those 90 days. The chance to change.
Okay, so at first I didn't think much of it. Skeptical, very much so. But the further that we got into it, the more that we made, I actually felt like I was a part of something. And not only a part of something, but in my eyes, I was a big part of something because I was helping. We had a great teacher that helped us learn these things. And I could teach what you taught me to them. And then we can all collaborate together to find the best way possible to make these things happen. So many good guys did so many different things to help in so many ways that every step was a new adventure. Every step was something new learned. It's just like Chance for Change. We're people that wouldn't ordinarily mix. And we're already in here doing this whole program, trying to better ourselves, but then to throw something else on top of it to help us get to know each other a little more. I mean, it was just amazing. Because I got a bond with some of these guys now that I wouldn't have had. And look where we're going. We're going to a museum. No, we're not going, but, as much of us that we can actually put in there at this time is going.
The exhibit, it takes our mind away from being in here. And I mean, everybody gets a little down being here. It's hard being 52 degrees and gray all the time. So it's kind of ray of sunshine for us, and we look forward to it really.
Just being able to interact and feel like we're not in jail, because being in jail, it does impact us. It does put a big weight on our shoulders. Having this exhibition, being able to do this artwork, and you coming every week, twice a week, taking time to come and help us, it's a big impact, and it really helps.
It's actually helping a lot of us work on different things to get us outside of these four walls. I mean, we're always in the same box every day, but to do this type of artwork, it's actually brought joy. We got to laugh, we got to giggle, to get us active, to get us thinking, to work with our hands. The whole idea of just thinking outside the box, using simple materials to make really nice artwork.
Okay, so who would have ever thought that a milk cart was art, right? Day after day, endless mornings of blocking them, throwing them away. Oh wait, keep that. Oh, don't don't throw those away. We need those to ripping one open, and when nobody rinsed it out, it smelled like, who knows what. To take something we throw away that we take for granted, that nobody cares anything about it till it's time to drink it or whatever. To everything that went into collecting these, sitting there for hours at that corner table over there, tearing these things apart, knowing that we were going to do something different with them. You know what I mean? That I was going to take this piece of garbage to actually fold it up, cut it, paste it, glue it into something that somebody's going to be like, wow, So it was cool that we got to use stuff that we already had, because we weren't going to get anything. Iyan and them do a great job of giving us tape, glue, markers, but our supplies are always going to be so limited. Without the art teacher, we wouldn't have been able to come up with a lot of these things. But it was cool to watch the seed get planted and the flower to grow from there, because once we got the idea, we thought, wow, well, wait a minute. So many different things that people on the outside take for granted that we use in so many different ways. It'd be mind-boggling for them to think that we cook in this garbage bag, we wash our clothes in this garbage bag, we make clothesline with this garbage bag, we, so many different things. And the meal problem is just another example of how you can make something out of nothing.
Going into exhibition means a lot, because I really do a lot of creative things and creative processes like that. Something new, something kind of put myself out there, let other people see and understand it. Most of all, it give me a way to express myself. And I don't only do it too well, especially around others. Y'all actually gave me a whole different outlook and a whole different perspective on being in jail and ways to cope with oneself and understand oneself.
I'm truly grateful, that to meet you all and to have the experience that we did, and it's been great. It's been life-changing. I've tricked off over 1/3 of my life in jails and prisons over dough, and I'm just done. I've heard all my life that you won't quit until you're truly sick and tired. You're sick and tired, and I finally reached that point. And even though I'm in a negative environment, I've managed to maintain my sobriety, and I'm really strong mentally and emotionally. Hopefully the judge sees fit to further my treatment so I can get out and start living instead of surviving.
Which artwork or poem has meant the most to you from the exhibition, and why?
I would have to say the one that Mr. Wheatley did, a phone booth where you make visits. It's that connection to the outside world. You're usually talking to some loved one and you're getting that one-on-one kind of contact with that person. You're actually getting the love, the touch from the screen aspect of it. The child's face in it made it so realistic and made it feel like what we really see when we're actually using it.
My favorite thing to make was the cooler, the printing. I'm OCD, so I like to fatigue with a lot of stuff, so making the windows and cooler, that was my favorite project.
Well, it was a print as we were doing, and it was supposed to be the whole Alcoholics Anonymous, and in the middle of the print it broke, and I kind of just went with it, and it came out better than what it was supposed to be. So
The light at the end of the tunnel. In jail, it's dark and gloomy. It's kind of an ugly world in here. But through all my years of incarceration, I've always said that, and I've always heard that, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it's real far away. It's very dim and you can barely see it. But eventually it gets brighter and brighter until, boom, you're back in the world and it's bright, sunshiny days.
My poem and my picture is based on me, quote, killing my old self and beginning anew, becoming different, becoming a change.
Why did you all decide to title the exhibition Human 2?
Because we're that. We're just that. We've made mistakes. I think that I'm a good person, and I just lost my direction. But at the end of the day, I'm human too.
To see like inside, like we had a conversation about how, people see people in jail, inmates, because they don't see the inside of us, things that's unique to us, that makes us something. We stand out in so many different ways, so representing the side of us that we're not allowed to show.
You made a mistake, you're in jail, but you're still human, you know what I mean? Even though some people treat you like you're not human or may feel that you're not human, it's up to you if you let that affect you or not to that degree, not feeling human. We still have skills, we still can think, we still think positive. We're human beings, we're human beings.
All my life being in and out of jail, I've always just been considered lesser than, not worth, time wasting on me. So at least this will show people that we are human, just like they are. Just because we're here locked up and we made mistakes don't make us any more or any less human than you. We still have needs, we still have feelings, we still want stuff in our lives, but we have a disease. A lot of times we don't even know we have a disease. We just think that there's something wrong with us, that we're different. Because my whole life I grew up thinking that I was different, that I didn't belong. And it turned out that I was the one that was wrong. I belong just like anybody else does.
The exhibition kind of gave us a platform to display what it's like to be in here and like how we actually feel on the inside, and just to kind of denounce the negative stigma that comes with being incarcerated. People automatically assume like, oh, they're terrible people, scum of the universe, but we're not. On top of that, we're alcoholics and addicts, so now we're monsters and animals and junkies, all the above. But in actuality, we're still people. We don't trade in our humility for handcuffs. And we've got families, we've got friends, we've got dreams, we've got hopes and aspirations, just like everybody else.
Is there anything you would want to say to community members to leave them with?
Basically, don't give up. Don't stop. Don't hold your head down, hold your head up. You make a mistake, we all make mistakes. Everybody's been down a bad road, but there's always a better road. So keep your eyes open, keep your head up, and keep striving for that better road. Huh?
Yours has to be
High stakes sweets.
Oh, man.
Voila.
What's been your favorite memory from art classes or the exhibition?
Everything.
You got to pick one.
Everything. My favorite memory of working with the group was just the interaction with you, Miss Erica, Miss Iyan, Miss Kelsey, and all the brothers that was involved in it.
It's been great. I enjoy working with you. You've been an inspiration, and I look forward to when you come in. It like brightens my day. It makes my week. I'm glad, I got to meet you and working with you, and it's really been a great experience.
Definitely working with you and Miss Iyan and all the teachers that come in and all the people. Collaborating with them. It was really fun.
Dealing with the fellas and all of us getting together and putting the project together, it was totally positive. It was like a team effort. It was like a family effort.
My favorite memory would probably, there's quite a few. It's actually ripping apart the milk cartons for the quilt. I would also say the book binding, which is really cool, new. Twisting paper to make the book bindings was really cool. I would highly recommend this to any other facility to move this on to other people or even other people in this facility, because it uplifts your spirit.
And what we doing? Come Princess bad boy. Printing on what?
Printing on your forehead.
What has been your favorite memory from this project?
Watching the Godfather Erica twist the binding for our books. Japanese stab binding, I believe is the actual term for it. And the look on her face doing it, priceless. Words of my sentence.
All right.
I refer you to the Godfather in our request.
Did you really? What has been your favorite memory from this project?
Oh wow.
And it can't be making fun of me.
Wow.
No.
That's not even right.
It has to be a
How you
nice
gonna tell me
memory.
what my memory would be? That don't even make no sense, does it? I would have to say watching Erica try to poke holes with these pencils, trying to bind these books. Trying to get her to weave the stir sticks through there, or get her not to drop everything on us.
Just gonna finish that. Can go to the next thing. Almost like a cooking show. Fake it a little bit.
Pull it out of the oven, it's already ready. And
Yeah.
so many good guys did so many different things to help in so many ways that every step was a new adventure. Every step was something new learned. So I just can't pick this one. Human 2 was my favorite part of the project. The saddest part is that it's almost over.
We'll do something else. No worries.
All right.